What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Matt Purslow of Digital Foundry has been quoted saying that anybody who probably is trying to get a PS5 Pro for for GTA 5 is more than likely going to be disappointed. He gave some parameters and some explanations. He talked about how the CPU is the biggest limit in terms of this, and how Grand Theft Auto is like any of Rockstar. Well, Grand Theft Auto, basically, from what they've known in the past, runs complex simulations that push the CPU hard. And he said this is why, every GTA game has initially launched on the target platform at 30 FPS. Matt's also quoted as saying the PS5 Pro uses the same CPU as a PS5, and it will be extremely challenging to hit 60 FPS if the base PS5 version is targeting 30 FPS, he explains. This isn't a GPU problem, it's a CPU problem. I think this is the biggest challenge with console that I've always talked about. I remember back when Gotham Knights came out, we were talking about how, the game itself is one of those games that, has really pushed the consoles to a very interesting limit. Now, I believe that they can probably optimize any game to run at 60 FPS on, almost any system. You just have to do a lot of work. You're going to lose a lot of detail as such. So here's something that I took a look at. I went and took a look at Red Dead Redemption 2's PC requirements, and I was quite surprised. It's actually super low end in terms of everything else. Like, they're asking for a GTX 770. It's a very low end hardware, and they're asking for, in the recommended section, an i747 4770K and a GTX 1060 6 gigs or an RX 480 4 gigs. I used to own an RX 480, gave it away. I bought it in 2016 for about $200. Actually a decent GPU, but in today's standard, it's not really going to move water. When I looked at the performance from a build that was trying to mimic this, I found out that, once the game fired up and the game started playing, you really had to, sacrifice quality to be able to get the frame rates to get close to 60 FPS, or whenever complex calculations started running, like if the player made their way to, say, the open areas that had to stream, you saw the FPS dip depending on the quality of your textures. So this hardware is actually older than what you will find, and even less powerful than what you will find in the Series X and the PS5 and even the PS5 Pro. So there's actually a chance that if they can do some, sacrificing here and there and still be able to preserve the quality of the game, that GTA 6 might run, at 60 FPS. Now, there's a big caveat here, okay? The resolution is also the challenge. Now, this resolution is 1080. So they may give you a performance mode. They may give you a VRR mode. They may give you, a fidelity mode of some kind, just to be able to go ahead and, allow for you to have options. And I think after spending, billions of dollars, the least that they can do is at least, make for this game to be able to give you all those options on the platform of choice. But it is Rockstar. They know that people are going to LARP up their game. They are not worried. They're not bothered about, people not buying the game because of FPS. They are, in fact, quite assured that people are going to buy, new consoles in order for them to be able to play this game. So games like, consoles like the Series S are going to be big sellers because it's a low entry point. I know people are thinking the PS5 Pro is going to be the seller of this particular thing, but many people are probably not going to spend $700. If they're trying to maybe come from another platform like, say, PC, because some PC gamers are actually saying that they want to go ahead and, play GTA 6 and then double dip when it comes on PC. And I think the Series S, if it's going to play on 30 FPS, then it doesn't even matter anymore. So this is a very interesting topic, because if it was, say, maybe going to play at 60 FPS, which I think there's a possibility, then I think the PlayStation might have been, say, one to benefit from it, and possibly even the PS5 Pro, but we don't even really know. And even all the experts right now are basically saying that, they're not quite aware, they're not quite, certain that they're going to see that particular kind of performance. But anyways, I thought I'd make this video and point this, little scenario out, because other outlets are actually talking about it, but I wouldn't stake my claim on anything happening either way, to be very honest. I think Game Rant's article is a little bit more dramatic. They're like, oh, GTA fans get bad news about, PS5 Pro. Relax, man. The people who are actually giving the details and the data, they don't have anything to go off of in terms of the game. I shouldn't say that. They don't have the game to go off of. However, though, you must pay attention to is, simply because they do have a lot of data and analysis and analytics, especially with their Series X kit that they've been able to kind of use to test a bunch of different scenarios. They can say for certain that CPU is a bottleneck in many video games. Now, in some older games, it's no problem, right? And in some engines that actually, have been optimized to play on really old hardware, and games that don't run too many complex scenarios and don't have too much in terms of like speed and, heights and distance maps and all of that stuff like GTA will, then you're going to see, the Series X and S and even the PS5 perform well. However, this is going to be a whole different scenario in a sense. So thanks so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.